Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. My name is Rod, and this is my man cave. My channel's name is The Happy Hippie, and this video is for CGC, the vinyl guy. CGC, awesome dude, celebrating 1 year in the VC, 1 year doing this crazy thing we call freaking the vinyl community, sharing our love of music with everybody. This contest is 365 for 1 year. 3 albums from one genre, 6 from another, 5 from another. He asks us not to repeat artists, and that's cool. I won't do that. So, first 3 albums I'm going to show for 365 is 3 female singers from this century, from the 2000s. And these women are making their mark on music. All 3 of these women are wonderful. It's fresh. It's just badass. Start off with the Australian Courtney Barnett. This is her debut album. Puts me in mind of a Chrissy Hine. She rock and rolls, bro. I'm telling you. Good guitar player. Courtney Barnett. Female musician from this century. We're going to go country now. This is Margo Price. And this is her latest album. I believe this is her 4th album called Strays. Her first album was on Jack White's label. She's branched out. This album is psychedelic country. It's a fusion of rock and country. It's way too rock and roll for country, way too country for rock and roll. In fact, it's too country for country on some of the songs. You know, everyone wants to hear that bro shit now. Anyway, this is Margo Price, the very lovely and extremely talented Margo Price. And she plays every bit as good as she looks, guys. She said her and her husband spent 3 weeks doing mushrooms while they were writing this album, and it shows. This is by far my favorite album by her. Margo Price. Check out Margo Price if you don't know Margo Price. And this next lady, Valerie June, is just an amazing vocalist. She's an incredible songwriter as well. I'm talking about Valerie June. This is an album of covers. She covers everything on here, man. The Lighting Bed, from Bob Dylan to freaking, she does a Pink Moon by Nick Drake. She does John Lennon, Mazzy Star on red vinyl. Just an amazing singer. There she is with her dreads hanging out. I love Valerie June. I mean, the music she writes is fantastic, but she's proven her vocals on this one. Valerie June. And that's 365. So I'm going to show 6 jazz albums. First one I'm showing is Bill Evans. It's a Japanese pressing of probably his most famous album, the Bill Evans Trio. Sounds fantastic. This album does. I don't know why I was taking off my glasses. I guess I was going to read you something. If you're watching this channel, y'all know who Bill Evans is. I ain't got to tell you squat about the legendary Bill Evans. Next one is Gilbert, or Gets Gilbert. This is a really cool album. This was reissued about a year ago. Gets Gilberto, maybe 2 years ago it was reissued. This is a radio promo, and it sounds flippin' fantastic. This is a legendary album. You can pick up the reissues, guys. I guess for probably under $50. I just happened to stumble across this one. I got lucky. You know, sometimes we get lucky. This next one is Art Tatum and Ben Webster. A very, very cool album. Original pressing of this. And again, this is just a wonderful jazz album. Gotta love jazz, man. There's a lot of great reissues coming out. Some fantastic Blue Note reissues that you could get really affordable. But it's nice to find their original pressings as well. This is a 1980 pressing of John Coltrane, Love Supreme. Maybe the greatest jazz album ever made. One of the most common jazz albums. This is not the gatefold. MCA Records issued this album. I don't know what the story with that is. Thank God they don't have the rights to it anymore. Maybe they do. Anyway, this is the MCA pressing, not a gatefold. It's not, to me, as good as the original pressing or even the reissue that they've come out with in the last couple of years. Even the Walmart reissue, I think, sounds better than the MCA. But I'm keeping it in my collection because it's unique. It's not a gatefold, and I don't see it very often. Bought that from a friend of mine. Very inexpensive. Miles Davis. This is a European pressing. Early Miles Davis. Blue Moods. I like the European covers. Nice and flimsy. That's how you can tell sometimes. Miles Davis, Blue Moods. Record label. Some guy one time, he was commenting on mine and Bobby Z, Robert Z, the legendary Robert Z's videos. And he asked us why we always show record labels. And he basically called us dorks for doing it. And we basically both replied to him, hey, don't watch the videos. I mean, it really bothered him that, people were showing the album covers and the labels. I don't know. Anyway, let's move forward. Dizzy Gillespie to end the jazz on Verve, original pressing of Dizzy Gillespie. And like I said, you could get some cool reissues, and I've got a lot of the Blue Note reissues. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's hard to find some early jazz albums that are in good shape, but sometimes you get lucky and you can do it, man. You can do it. Okay, last but not least, for the 365, I'm showing some punk. Some punk. Shit I listened to in high school. Now, this is not an original copy of Flex Your Head. I wish it was. It's a reissue. I had their original copy. It sells for about $50 now. I paid $5 for my original copy back in the day. I bought it from my friend JB White. What up, JB? And he regretted selling it to me like the next day. He's like, can I buy it back? But this is some DC hardcore, man. Discord. It's got like State of Alert. Minor Threat is on this album. Government Issue. Youth Brigade. Iron Cross. This is a killer compilation of some DC punk music. I love these bands. When I was in high school, I got to see Government Issue. I got to see Iron Cross. Some great fucking punk music here, guys. If you're interested in punk, or even if you're into it and you don't have this music, you want to get into it, Flex Your Head. If I ever come across an original issue, I'm going to buy it, I think. I really would. I would love to have my copy back. This next band, another DC band, actually from Germantown, Maryland, right out of DC. Phlegm. I was friends with most of these members of this band. Really fun band. Phlegm, a DC area punk band. And maybe the world's most famous punk band, the Flippin' Ramones, man. This is an English pressing. I don't think this album was ever pressed in America. Someone told me that anyway. It's Alive by the Ramones. Going back to DC, guys. Going back to DC for Minor Threat. This is not an original pressing. Wish it was. I had it and sold it like an idiot. Minor Threat. I've said this many times. Ian MacKaye was in that area. Lived up there. He worked in a record store in Rockville, Maryland. And he was such a cool, chilled out guy. And I just thought of them as a local band. And then I realized as I got older, man, they had world fame, which was really, really cool. And the Sex Pistols. Some serious, I guess this is everyone's first introduction to punk rock. Never mind the Bollocks, the Sex Pistols. I remember when I was in the punk scene in DC, some people would say, if you're listening to the Sex Pistols, you're a poser because that's the first band you get into. It didn't make sense then. It really doesn't make sense now. But anyway, that was 365 for CGC. I don't think he calls himself the Vinyl Guy anymore. Maybe he does, but I don't think so. I think he dropped that. If you don't know CGC's channel, please check it out. He's a very cool, very laid-back guy. Friends with everybody, man. Very easygoing. Shows great, great music. A big variety of music. Check him out. I'm Rod. I'm the Happy Hippie. I'm the Vinyl Guy. I'm Happy Hippie, the Vinyl Guy. Hit that sub button if you haven't already, guys. It costs nothing to sub. It's free. I'm out of Twizzlers to offer you. I'm out of beer, but I got some water if you help yourself.